Introduction to Slow Living, a New Way of Life. In today's fast-paced world, we often feel like we're constantly running a race, striving to keep up, achieve more, and accumulate more things. It's easy to get caught in this cycle of always needing to do something, buy something, or reach the next milestone. But what if we told you that slowing down might be the secret to a happier, more fulfilling life? Welcome to the world of slow living. This is a lifestyle choice that invites us to step back, embrace simplicity, and find joy in the small, everyday moments. Slow living is not just a trend or a buzzword, it's a profound shift in the way we approach life. It's about being more intentional with how we spend our time, energy, and money. It's about doing less so we can appreciate more. The beauty of slow living lies in its simplicity. Instead of chasing after external goals and material possessions, slow living encourages us to focus on what truly brings us happiness: meaningful relationships, health, nature, and the present moment. It's about finding joy in the process, not just in the end result. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that success is about doing more, working harder, and accumulating wealth. But what if true success is about being content with less? About enjoying life without the constant pressure to keep up with others or to constantly seek more? Slow living teaches us that happiness doesn't come from what we have or what we do, it comes from being present and appreciating the simple things in life. For many people, the thought of slowing down can feel daunting. It may seem like we're giving up on ambition or comfort, but that's not the case. Slow living doesn't mean abandoning goals or settling for less. Instead, it's about reassessing our priorities and finding a better balance. It's about making room for the things that truly matter, like taking care of our health, nurturing relationships, and finding time for hobbies or relaxation. It's about creating a life that feels good, not just one that looks good to others. As we explore slow living together, we'll see how it can help us be happier, healthier, and more connected. Whether you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, it's never too late to embrace this lifestyle and start living with more intention and joy. In fact, slow living can be especially powerful as we grow older. It allows us to shift our focus from doing to being, which can lead to a deeper sense of contentment and peace. The impact of modern life on our well-being. In our modern world, the pace of life seems to get faster every year. Technology advances, work demands increase, and expectations for success are higher than ever. We are constantly bombarded with distractions, emails, social media updates, advertisements, and the pressures of keeping up with an idealized version of life. With all these external factors pushing us forward, it's no wonder that many people feel overwhelmed, anxious, and disconnected. The rush to achieve more and be more often comes at a cost. Our physical health suffers from the stress of constantly being on. Chronic stress, anxiety, and burnout have become common conditions, and they're often a result of trying to do too much, too fast. We're always trying to meet deadlines, multitask, and stay productive, but in doing so, we forget to care for ourselves. This relentless pace can also harm our mental health. The constant pressure to achieve and keep up can lead to feelings of inadequacy or dissatisfaction. It's easy to feel like we're never doing enough, even when we've worked all day or accomplished a lot. There's always something more to do, something else to achieve. And then, of course, there's the impact on our relationships. When we're constantly rushing through life, we don't have the time or energy to nurture meaningful connections with others. Our conversations become rushed, our time together feels shallow, and we may end up feeling more isolated. True connection requires time, attention, and presence, all of which are in short supply when we're constantly on the go. On top of all of this, there's the financial toll of living in a consumer-driven society, with advertisements encouraging us to buy more, own more, and experience more. It's easy to feel like we need to spend more just to keep up. We often equate happiness with material possessions or new experiences, but this pursuit of things can leave us feeling empty in the end. This is where slow living comes in. In the face of all the pressures and distractions, slow living offers a much-needed respite. It invites us to step back and reconsider our priorities, values, and goals, instead of letting external pressures define how we live. Slow living encourages us to live on our own terms, choosing a pace that aligns with our true needs and desires. Slow living helps us to recalibrate our focus. Instead of chasing after more, we can shift our attention to the present moment and appreciate the simple joys of life. Whether it's spending time with family, enjoying nature, or taking time to relax. Slow living invites us to focus on the things that matter most. It encourages us to find happiness in what we already have, rather than in the endless pursuit of more. The beauty of slow living is that it's not about making drastic changes all at once. It's about making small adjustments to our mindset and habits that lead to a more peaceful, meaningful life. In the next section, we'll explore how slow living can help us reclaim our time, energy, and happiness without the need for major sacrifices or upheaval. Reclaiming time, how slowing down can free you. One of the most valuable things slow living offers is the gift of time. In our busy lives, time often feels like a commodity we don't have enough of. We're constantly juggling tasks, meeting deadlines, and running from one responsibility to the next. But when we embrace slow living, we can start to regain control over our time and use it more wisely. Slow living invites us to be intentional about how we spend our days, instead of allowing the demands of work, social obligations, and external pressures to dictate our schedules. We can take a step back and prioritize what truly matters. This can mean scheduling time for rest, spending quality time with loved ones, or engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. The first step in reclaiming time is learning to say no. It's easy to say yes to everything when we feel like we need to please others or meet expectations, but overcommitting ourselves leaves us exhausted and stretched thin. By setting boundaries and learning to say no to things that don't align with our values, we can create more space in our lives for the things that really matter. Another way slow living helps us reclaim time is by promoting mindfulness. When we slow down, we become more present in each moment. Instead of rushing through tasks while constantly thinking about the next thing we need to do, we can focus on what's happening right now. This not only helps us appreciate the moment, but also makes us more efficient. When we give our full attention to the task at hand, we complete it more quickly and with better results. Slow living also encourages us to embrace the idea of doing fewer things, but doing them better. In a world where multitasking is often seen as a virtue, slow living challenges this notion. It's about focusing on quality, not quantity. When we do fewer things, we can do them more thoroughly, with more care and attention. This approach can lead to greater satisfaction and a deeper sense of accomplishment. Another important aspect of slow living is creating time for rest and rejuvenation. In our culture of constant productivity, rest is often seen as a luxury or a waste of time, but rest is essential for our well-being. When we take time to relax, sleep well, and engage in activities that nourish us, we recharge our minds and bodies, making us more energized and productive in the long run. The more we embrace slow living, the more we realize that time is not something we're constantly running out of. It's something we can manage and use to create a life that feels good rather than racing through life. We can start living more deliberately, choosing to spend our time in ways that bring us joy, peace, and fulfillment. In the next section, we'll explore how slow living can lead to more happiness and contentment in our lives. By focusing on what truly matters and embracing the present moment, we can cultivate a deeper sense of well-being and joy. The path to happiness. Finding joy and simplicity in a world where we're often told that happiness comes from material success, the newest gadget, or the latest trend, is easy to forget that true happiness often lies in the simplest moments. Slow living teaches us that happiness doesn't need to be chased or bought. It's found in the present, in the small things that make life beautiful. When we slow down, we start to notice the little things that bring us joy. A warm cup of tea on a chilly morning, the sound of birds chirping outside your window, the feeling of your feet in the grass as you take a walk through nature. These moments of simplicity are often overlooked when we're rushing through life, but they hold the key to a more content and fulfilling existence. One of the greatest benefits of slow living is its ability to shift our focus away from the external world and back to ourselves. In our fast-paced society, we're constantly comparing ourselves to others, our homes, our careers, our vacations. We often feel pressured to keep up with the lives we see on social media or in magazines. But slow living encourages us to let go of those comparisons and focus on our own unique path. This shift in focus allows us to cultivate a deeper sense of self-acceptance and contentment. When we stop trying to measure our worth by how much we have or how busy we are, we can begin to appreciate who we are and what we've accomplished. Slow living teaches us that we don't need to be constantly striving for more in order to feel good about ourselves. Happiness comes from within, and it's found in the quiet moments of self-reflection, gratitude, and appreciation for the present. Slow living also helps us prioritize what truly matters in our lives: relationships, health, creativity, and purpose. When we take the time to connect with others, we create deeper, more meaningful relationships that bring true happiness. These connections are more valuable than any material possession. When we slow down and spend time with the people we care about, we deepen our bonds and create memories that last a lifetime. At the same time, slow living encourages us to take care of ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. By taking time to rest, exercise, eat healthily, and engage in activities that nourish our souls, we can improve our overall well-being. When we prioritize our health and happiness, we're more likely to feel fulfilled and at peace with ourselves. Finally, slow living invites us to find joy in the present moment. We often live in the future, planning for what's next, thinking about what we need to do, or worrying about what might happen. But slow living teaches us to embrace the now, to be fully present in each moment. This shift in perspective allows us to experience life more deeply, to savor the beauty of the world around us, and to enjoy the simple pleasures of everyday life. In the next part, we'll explore how slow living can also lead to a more sustainable lifestyle. By consuming less and focusing on quality over quantity, we can not only find happiness, but we can also contribute to a healthier planet. Embracing sustainability, living in harmony with the earth, is one of the core principles of slow living, and involves making choices that are not just good for us, but also good for the planet. In a world where consumerism is rampant, slow living offers a refreshing approach. A lifestyle focused on sustainability, conscious consumption, and reducing our environmental footprint. The modern world is built on a cycle of endless consumption. From the clothes we wear to the food we eat, we're constantly purchasing new items, often without thinking about the long-term impact. This constant demand for more leads to excessive waste, environmental degradation, and a strain on the Earth's resources. However, slow living challenges us to rethink this approach by encouraging us to buy less, waste less, and live more sustainably. One of the key ways slow living supports sustainability is by encouraging us to consume less. In a society where more is better often dominates, slow living teaches us that happiness doesn't come from having more things. Instead, it comes from appreciating what we already have and focusing on quality over quantity. When we choose quality items over cheap, mass-produced goods, we not only reduce our environmental impact, but also make more meaningful, long-lasting purchases. Whether it's buying clothes that are ethically produced or investing in a durable piece of furniture that will last for years, slow living promotes the idea of consuming less, but consuming better. By choosing products that are made to last, we reduce the need for frequent replacements, which ultimately helps the environment. Slow living also encourages us to reduce waste in our daily lives. From reducing plastic consumption to composting food scraps, there are many small ways we can minimize our environmental footprint. For example, instead of buying bottled water, we can invest in a reusable water bottle. Rather than throwing away items we no longer need, we can donate or repurpose them. Every small action counts, and when we make conscious choices to reduce waste, we're helping to protect the planet for future generations. Another important aspect of slow living is growing our own food. Whether it's a small herb garden on your windowsill or a full vegetable garden in your backyard, growing your own food allows you to connect with nature and reduce your reliance on store-bought products. Not only does this reduce your carbon footprint, but it also gives you a greater appreciation for the food you consume. Plus, there's something deeply satisfying about harvesting your own fruits and vegetables and enjoying a meal made from the produce you've grown. Slow living also encourages us to take a step back and rethink our transportation choices. Instead of always driving a car, we might choose to walk, bike, or use public transportation. These small changes not only reduce our carbon emissions but also encourage us to slow down and enjoy the journey, rather than rushing from one place to the next. Living sustainably isn't about making grand, dramatic changes all at once. It's about making small, consistent choices that have a positive impact over time. By adopting a mindset of slow living, we can create a more harmonious relationship with the earth, while also living a simpler, more joyful life. In the next part, we'll explore how slow living can lead to financial freedom by focusing on experiences over possessions and embracing the art of mindful spending. Financial freedom through slow living means spending less and enjoying more. One of the most compelling aspects of slow living is how it helps us gain financial freedom by encouraging us to spend less and focus on what truly matters. In a world where consumer culture often defines success by the amount of money you make or the things you own, slow living offers a refreshing alternative, a lifestyle where happiness and fulfillment come from living with less, not more. At the heart of slow living is the idea that material possessions don't bring lasting happiness. We are often conditioned to believe that more money, more possessions, and more experiences are the keys to contentment, but as we've seen, the pursuit of material wealth can lead to a cycle of stress, dissatisfaction, and environmental harm. Slow living challenges us to reconsider what truly makes us happy and what's worth spending our money on. Instead of constantly chasing after the latest gadgets, fashion trends, or luxurious vacations, slow living encourages us to focus on experiences and relationships that bring us real joy. Experiences such as spending time with loved ones, exploring nature, or pursuing a passion often provide more lasting happiness than material possessions ever can. These are the moments that create memories, strengthen bonds, and nourish our souls. One of the key ways slow living promotes financial freedom is by helping us become more mindful of our spending habits. When we slow down and think carefully about our purchases, we can avoid impulse buys and make more thoughtful decisions. Instead of buying things to fill a void or to keep up with others, we can ask ourselves whether the item or experience will truly add value to our lives. Slow living also encourages us to invest in things that will provide long-term value, whether it's a high-quality pair of shoes that will last for years, a well-built home that supports our well-being, or an experience that enriches our lives. Slow living teaches us to prioritize investments that offer real, lasting benefits. Another way slow living helps us save money is by encouraging us to embrace a minimalist lifestyle. By focusing on what we truly need and eliminating unnecessary clutter, we can reduce our consumption and, in turn, our expenses. This minimalist approach doesn't mean we have to sacrifice comfort or quality. Rather, it's about creating a life where we only surround ourselves with things that truly serve a purpose and bring us joy. In addition to being more mindful of our purchases, slow living also encourages us to enjoy what we already have instead of constantly striving for more. We can find happiness in the present moment, appreciating the things and people around us. This shift in perspective helps us realize that we don't need to spend money to find fulfillment. In fact, some of life's greatest pleasures, such as a walk in the park or a conversation with a friend, are completely free. By spending less, we create space for what truly matters, such as having more time for our passions, more freedom to explore new experiences, and less financial stress. This allows us to lead a more peaceful, less anxious life, and as we grow older, financial freedom becomes even more important. Slowing down and spending less can help ensure that we have the resources we need to enjoy our later years without the stress of financial burdens. In the final part of our journey through slow living, we'll explore how this lifestyle can foster a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. By slowing down, simplifying our lives, and focusing on what truly matters, we can create a life that is meaningful and rich with joy, no matter our age. Finding purpose and fulfillment through slow living. As we reach the final part of this journey, it's important to reflect on how this lifestyle can help us cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment in our fast-paced world. It's easy to get caught up in the rush to achieve, acquire, and accumulate. But slow living invites us to slow down, reflect on what truly matters, and live in alignment with our values. This is where the real magic happens. At any stage of life, the search for purpose is a fundamental desire. Whether we're raising children, working a career, or enjoying our golden years, we all want to feel that our lives have meaning, that we're contributing to something bigger than ourselves. Slow living helps us reconnect with this sense of purpose by encouraging us to focus on what brings us joy, fulfillment, and a sense of contribution. Living slowly allows us to take a step back and reflect on our passions, our strengths, and the legacy we want to leave behind. We can ask ourselves questions like, what brings me joy? What are the things that make me feel truly alive? What kind of person do I want to be? And how can I make a positive impact on the world around me? By slowing down and becoming more intentional with our time, we can begin to focus on the things that truly matter, whether it's helping others, exploring a new hobby, or creating something meaningful. This sense of purpose can be different for each person, and that's okay. The beauty of slow living is that it encourages us to embrace our unique path, free from comparison and external pressure. Slow living also fosters a deeper connection with our community and the world around us. As we slow down and simplify our lives, we make space for more meaningful relationships. Whether it's spending time with family and friends, volunteering, or simply being present in our local community, these connections provide a sense of belonging and purpose. They remind us that we are part of something larger and that our actions, no matter how small, can make a difference. Moreover, as we embrace a slower pace, we begin to appreciate the richness of life itself. We start to realize that we don't need to rush toward the next big thing to feel fulfilled. Life is full of beauty and wonder in the present moment. Whether it's a quiet sunset, a meaningful conversation, or a moment of self-reflection, when we learn to savor these moments, we create a life that feels full and rich, even without the need for constant achievement. The power of slow living lies in its ability to help us rediscover the joy of simply being. By embracing simplicity, we can focus less on doing and more on being, fully experiencing each moment, enjoying the present, and living with intention. This brings a deep sense of peace and fulfillment that no material possession or external achievement can provide. As we age, slow living becomes even more important. The pursuit of external success often takes a backseat, and we find that what truly matters are the relationships we've built, the experiences we've had, and the love we've shared. In these later years, we can focus on what brings us true joy and purpose, whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing creative passions, or simply living in harmony with the world around us. Ultimately, slow living invites us to embrace the beauty of life as it is, without the need to constantly chase after more. It's a reminder that happiness and fulfillment are not found in what we acquire or achieve, but in how we choose to live each day. By slowing down, we can create a life that is more meaningful, more connected, and more in tune with who we truly are. Conclusion: embracing the power of slow living. As we conclude our journey into the transformative world of slow living, it's clear that this lifestyle offers much more than just a way to cope with the chaos of modern life. It is, in many ways, a return to a deeper, more meaningful existence, a life where the constant chase for more money, more things, more achievements, is replaced with the pursuit of contentment, joy, and connection. Through slow living, we rediscover the beauty of simplicity. We learn to embrace the present moment, appreciate the small pleasures, and cultivate meaningful relationships. By shifting our focus away from material possessions and unnecessary distractions, we create space for what truly matters: health, happiness, and purpose. Through these simple yet profound changes, we unlock the power to live a more fulfilled, balanced life. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle, but slow living teaches us that we don't need to rush, we don't need to compete, and we don't need to constantly be doing in order to be happy. Happiness is found in the little moments, in taking a deep breath, enjoying a walk outside, having a heart-to-heart with a friend, or simply being present with ourselves. These moments, which are often overlooked in the rush of everyday life, are where true joy resides. When we choose to live slowly, we also choose to be more conscious of the planet around us. We become more intentional with our consumption, focusing on quality over quantity, and making choices that are better for both our wallets and the earth. This way of living not only leads to financial freedom but also allows us to contribute to a more sustainable, healthier world. As we age, slow living offers a timeless gift: the opportunity to enjoy life without the pressures of external expectations. It allows us to create a life that is aligned with our values and passions, without the need to constantly chase the next big thing. In fact, the pursuit of less can often lead to so much more peace, more contentment, more meaningful experiences in our later years. It's these moments that bring us the most fulfillment: the ability to savor life, to connect with others, and to live with purpose is perhaps the greatest gift of all. If you've enjoyed this journey into the world of slow living and how it can help you embrace a simpler, happier, and more fulfilling life, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on how you can apply these principles in your own life. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about making small, intentional changes that lead to a life filled with meaning, purpose, and joy. You don't have to do everything at once. Start slow and let the benefits of slow living unfold naturally. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring content on living a more intentional life. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. How are you incorporating slow living into your own routine? We'd love to hear from you and continue the conversation. Your feedback helps us create even more content that supports your journey to a simpler, happier life. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Take a deep breath, slow down, and enjoy the beautiful, simple moments life has to offer. You deserve it. 9 things that are a complete waste of your money in old age. As we grow older, our priorities naturally shift. Life's experiences teach us that it is not about accumulating more, but about making the most of what we already have. Financial wisdom becomes especially crucial in our later years, when living on a fixed income or relying on retirement savings requires thoughtful planning and careful decision-making. In this discussion, I will outline 9 things that are a complete waste of your money in old age, and I will offer practical alternatives that can help ensure your financial stability and peace of mind. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. Expensive brand name clothing. As we enter the later chapters of life, it becomes increasingly apparent that what truly matters is not the way we appear to others, but rather how we feel about ourselves. The temptation to purchase expensive brand name clothing often arises from a desire to keep up appearances or conform to societal expectations. However, these flashy labels rarely bring the fulfillment we ultimately seek. Although they might garner temporary admiration, one must ask, at what cost? Every dollar spent on a designer outfit is a dollar that could have been used for something far more meaningful: a gift for a grandchild, a donation to a charity or cause you hold dear, or even a modest dinner shared with a cherished friend. It is these moments of genuine connection and shared experience, not the fleeting satisfaction of wearing a high-priced label, that create lasting memories, warm our hearts, and enrich our lives. Moreover, as our bodies change with age, comfort becomes a paramount concern. After all, what good is an expensive pair of shoes if they pinch and cause pain throughout the day? By investing in practical, well-made clothing that feels comfortable and suits your style, you demonstrate a deep respect for your own well-being over the judgment of others. This approach not only preserves financial resources, but also sets an example for younger generations. Life is not about impressing others with the cost of what you wear, but about living authentically and prioritizing your own comfort and dignity. In the end, expensive brand name clothing is a hollow investment that offers only transient gratification at best, often coming at the expense of your long-term financial security. By choosing classic, durable, and affordable options instead, you allow yourself to focus on the aspects of life that truly matter: your health, your relationships, and those simple joys that cannot be bought with money. Remember that the legacy you leave behind will not be measured by the labels in your closet, but by the love, wisdom, and kindness you have shared with others along the way. 2. Upgrading to the latest technology. In a world where new gadgets and devices are released almost every year, it is easy to feel compelled to keep up with the latest technology. Companies relentlessly market these upgrades as essential improvements that will revolutionize your life. However, Upon reflection, it often becomes evident that these promises are more about selling products than solving